Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking at something pretty universal, actually. That whole experience of being at the movies. It's meant to be this, pure escape, a kind of shared magic moment.
But it's often a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it? You buy your ticket, you're ready for this dream world, and then, bam, you're right back in the real world, surrounded by other people, and let's face it, sometimes they're less than ideal habits.
Exactly. That's the tension, the push and pull we really want to unpack today. We've got some great source material here that looks right into this duality, focusing on the atmosphere, the whole sensory thing.
Right, and cinema is this powerful art form, but also, crucially, the language we use, how we try to keep the peace, or maybe how we break it.
We'll get into what makes going to the actual theater still feel special, maybe irreplaceable. And then we'll pivot straight into, well, the annoying stuff. How being inconsiderate messes things up, and how just the tone of your voice can change everything.
Okay, so let's start positive with the magic. Why do we still go? Even with massive TVs at home.
I think it starts the second you walk in, doesn't it? It's that whole atmosphere they create.
Yeah, it's intentional, like a ritual. Think
Yeah.
about it, that smell, right? The popcorn. And the carpets are usually pretty thick. It dampens the sound. And then the lights dimming down. It builds anticipation.
It primes you. And those posters everywhere, hinting at adventures, comedies, dramas, it gets you excited. And there's a feeling of doing something together even before the film starts.
Definitely. And the screen itself, you mentioned big TVs, but this is different. The scale, it just dominates your vision. You see every tiny detail, like an actor's expression, magnified. It feels powerful.
And the sound. At home, it's good, sure. But in the theater,
It completely surrounds you. It's not just loud, it's engineered, like spatially. A whisper feels intimate, an explosion rocks the whole room. You feel like you're in the movie, not just watching it.
that's the real value, maybe. That total immersion. It's a genuine break.
I think so. The sources talk about it being restorative, like you're forced to disconnect from your phone, from emails, from everything. The darkness helps you focus, recharge. You forget your problems for a bit.
And what you're focusing on is, fundamentally, art, storytelling.
Yes, a really deliberate, collaborative art form. It's not just throwing images up there.
We sometimes forget the sheer amount of work involved, don't we? Across all the genres, action, romance, animation, documentaries.
Thousands of decisions, the director's choices, the writer's script, the actor's performances, how the camera moves, and the details, like lighting, costumes, the music. None of that is accidental. It's all designed to guide how everyone in that room feels, ideally at the same time.
Making everyone laugh together or gasp or feel that tension build.
Exactly. It's manipulating emotion, but in, the best possible way, as art.
Okay, but let me push back slightly. Home tech is getting amazing. Big OLED screens, really good sound bars. Is the cinema really irreplaceable now?
That's the question, isn't it? But I think what the sources suggest is it's not just about the tech specs, it's the shared part. At home, your reaction is yours alone. In the cinema, you hear someone else laugh and it kind of validates your own enjoyment, or everyone gasps together. That makes the scare feel bigger.
Right, that collective energy. You can't stream that.
You really can't. And that shared energy, that communal space, well, that's where the problems start too.
Yes. The social contract, the unspoken rules of the dark room.
Which gets broken all the time, usually by what the sources call inconsiderate behavior, basically not thinking about how your actions affect others.
Like the classic examples.
Yeah.
Talking, rustling wrappers too loudly, phones. Oh, the phones.
Noise and light, the two cardinal sins of cinema.
Let's look at how we complain about it. Take the phrase, "I can't hear a thing." It's simple, but
It's more than just, I am experiencing hearing difficulties. It's an accusation, right? It means your noise is actively stopping me from enjoying the thing I paid for. It's about infringement.
and that leads directly to maybe the ultimate command in a movie theater. Switch it off.
Yeah, specifically about phones. It's fascinating how universally understood and accepted that is. You can ask politely, did you switch off your phone? Or could you switch your phone off? Or even just, did you switch it off? The message is crystal clear. Turn it off. Now.
It's about the public good overriding the private device in that specific space.
Totally. Which brings up another interesting phrase, not such a big deal.
Right, like spilling a little drink maybe, or being a few minutes late. That might be seen as not such a big deal. Annoying, but minor.
Exactly. It suggests something forgivable. But phone noise or loud talking during the film, that's almost never seen as not such a big deal. The anger it causes seems disproportionate sometimes, but it's because the expectation of silence, of focus, is so absolute in that context. It feels like a major violation.
Because they're stealing your attention, essentially.
Yes, stealing the shared focus. So when you have to confront someone, how do people do it? We have a couple of key phrases here.
Okay, first, the direct approach. Keep it down.
Simple, unambiguous. It means be quieter. It's a command, really. You might hear it from a parent or maybe someone who's just completely lost patience after midnight, like in the examples. It sets a clear boundary.
Not much room for misinterpretation there. But then there's, do you mind?
Ah, yes. This one's fascinating because it's all about how you say it.
On surface, it's polite. Right? Do you mind if I sit here? Do you mind holding my coat? Totally fine.
Perfectly polite. But change the tone. Add a bit of sarcasm, frustration, maybe an edge to your voice. Suddenly, do you mind keeping it down? Becomes incredibly pointed. Way more cutting than just saying, be quiet.
It's like weaponized politeness, almost. You're using polite words, but the tone carries all the anger and annoyance.
Exactly. Lets you express that you're disturbed, that someone is being rude by, say, not whispering, while technically staying within the bounds of polite language. It's a clever social trick, really. Passive aggression in the dark.
Okay, let's broaden out now. Because these rules, these expectations, they aren't the same everywhere. The cultural differences are quite stark, especially with food.
Oh, definitely. Food is a major dividing line. Look at Canada, for instance. Popcorn, candy, chips, all expected. The noise from eating is generally tolerated, part of the experience. But a phone ringing? That's a huge offense.
So food noise, okay. Communication noise, not okay. Interesting.
Then contrast that with Switzerland, historically speaking.
Right, the sources said, no food allowed inside at all. You had to eat before.
Pretty much. No popcorn, no soda, nothing. It speaks volumes about prioritizing the film itself, doesn't it? Like the cinema is the space purely for quiet contemplation of the art, not for snacking. Order and control over messy eating.
Wow, that's a completely different philosophy. And then you have places like Ecuador or other parts of South America.
Yeah, much more relaxed rules. People often bring food from outside.
And not just snacks, apparently. The sources mentioned smelly food, like chicken.
Yep, things like fried chicken. Which suggests a different view of the cinema, maybe more like a communal gathering place where sharing food is just part of it. If food is central to social gatherings in that culture, then the tolerance for smells and maybe associated noise goes way up. The shared experience includes the meal.
That variation is fascinating. It really highlights how much of this is just agreed upon local custom. But underlying all of it, whether you're eating chicken or sitting in silence, there's still that power of watching together.
I think so. The shared laugh, the shared jump scare, talking about it afterwards. That communal part makes it stick in your memory.
And that's why, even with amazing streaming options, the sources seem to conclude that the cinema experience itself, it's not going anywhere.
It seems not. The scale, the sound, the feeling of being in a room with others focused on the same story, that specific combination is still unique, still irreplaceable for many. Movies connect us, they reflect our lives, they let us dream together. And the cinema is still the main place dedicated just for that.
So we've covered quite a bit. The magic parts, the smell of popcorn, the artistry, and the slightly less magical parts, the annoyances and the language we use, like keep it down or the loaded phrase, do you mind?
Which leads us nicely to a final thought for you, our listeners. Thinking about these huge differences, from absolute silence in Switzerland to fried chicken in Ecuador, what do you think is the single most important, absolutely non-negotiable part of the movie-going experience? What absolutely has to be protected no matter what? Is it the perfect quiet? Or is it the shared ritual, even if it gets a bit messy?
Something to chew on, perhaps. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.